this is a really unfortunate situation to be in. We're at 1 health against the Secrets Mage. He's at 30, by the way. And Brightwing here needs to give us something that can heal. Right, Syndragosa cannot heal. Syndragosa would normally be really cool in any other situation, but here we need healing.
Ah, hello there.
We have many secrets.
And now, I guess we're just dead.
That was folly.
Yeah, we're just being BM'd now. And I'm glad he's having fun. I'm glad he's really, really having fun, because by doing this, he's just wasting everyone's time. Would you concede in this situation? For those of you watching this, would you concede? Or would you wait it out? Because maybe you think, maybe he can't kill me. Or maybe he's going to give me a chance. Maybe he's going to target his own face as extended BM. And then I draw Reno next turn and win the game.
That was folly.
But yeah, there we go. Forgotten Torch finally ends it.
You
Hello there.
Okay, so what am I playing today? Today, I am playing Canon Fordair's Reno Dragon Priest. So, I've just had this desire to play dragons. I mean, the Descent of Dragons expansion is soon to be upon us. And I love dragons. Dragons are amazing. They are fantastic. And it's been quite some time since I've played a dragons deck. So, Dragon Priest, with Reno, obviously. This deck here can be pretty strong against aggro. The dragons played on curve, or dragon-related cards played on curve, so Twilight Whelp, Wormrest Agent, let's see, Twilight Guardian, and Draconoid Operative into Bookworm. You know, those bodies placed onto the board can do pretty well at contesting the early game of an aggressive opponent. On top of that, you've got Rena Jackson for healing in this deck. You've got a little bit of AoE in terms of Light Bomb and Dragonfire Potion. So yes, this deck can contest aggressive decks pretty well, apart from Secrets Mage, who can just burn you down, ignore your board even. That can be problematic. I mean, if you draw Reno, you stand a good chance of coming back. But if you don't have Reno ready for turn 6 against the Secrets Mage, you've probably lost. But against more board-centric aggressive decks that rely less on spells to burn you down, this deck does fare a little bit better. And for longer games against control opponents, you have Archbishop Benedictus to take a copy of your opponent's remaining deck and to outlast them in terms of fatigue. So that's really cool, really fun. And certainly they wouldn't expect it. So let's have a look at the deck in action now on the Wild Mode ladder, and we're starting out against a Paladin.
You give me strength.
So apart from Secrets Mage, the other deck that I've been facing a lot of is Buff Paladin with Mechs. So my opponent here, you have to assume at this rank that it's going to be a Mech Buff Paladin. It's all I'm facing. Odd Paladin has all but disappeared. Reno Paladin never existed to begin with. Dragon Paladin no one plays anymore. I'm trying to think, what other kinds of Paladin do you face on the Wild Mode ladder? There's the OTK Paladin with Shivala, but that was what, more of a standard deck? Never really made its way to Wild, I don't think. There's Giants Paladin. Okay, that's rare. Alright, here we go. He's loading up the board here. Taunt minion, Divine Shield minion, Magnetic effect, Rush effect. That's pretty mental. That's pretty mental. And that's how they snowball.
Who knows what secrets will uncover?
That is how they snowball and win the game. And Brown Bronzebeard here just played because I need to play something. I mean, he's absorbed 6 damage that didn't go to my face. Twilight Guardian, another roadblock, which will invite a trade. So that's again going to be 6 damage that doesn't go face. But these are not favourable trades for me. He is winning on that end. I'm just trying to stall.
Reporting for duty.
I'm trying to stall until I get a good Potion of Madness turn or a good Psychic Scream turn. Now here I could play Shadow Visions or I could play Raza. Shadow Visions may be an option because we have time to play it here. We're nowhere close to dying, so maybe this is the time to play it and find something useful. But Raza is a 5/5, it contests the Annoytron, and so I think it may be worthwhile. He may trade the Annoytron into Raza if he sees the 5/5 as a threat, but actually now, 12 to the face, too good to pass up. You take 12 to the face. And now Raza are looking very weak against that Annoytron. So now Psychic Scream has to be the play. The only question to think about is, do I trade the Raza? Do I want to give him a Raza? I'm going to give him Raza because Raza is not a mech. So by having Raza in his deck, that is a lesser chance of drawing a mech. And mechs are dangerous, obviously, because we can buff them, we can magnetize them, we can do things with those mechs. So, yeah. Happy to give him Raza. Okay. This could now be the point where we start to stabilize. Health total is very low. Reno Jackson, nowhere to be seen.
Reporting for duty.
And he's keeping the pressure up here. So, what is the best way to protect ourselves? Killing a 2/2, putting down a full health taunt, that seems like a good start. Here's one card. Oh, okay. I was going to say, he has one card in hand. Surely he can't kill us. Divine Favour means 4 cards in hand. Oh look, continuing to draw. And draw some more, sure. But anyway, 4 mana to play with here. We're certainly not dead. And Shadow Visions may be our saving grace on the next turn. May find us something good, something useful. And my opponent is really thinking things through here.
Well played.
So that's worthy of an emote. Because my aggro opponent is actually thinking. Still thinking.
I must move quickly. Let me think.
Maybe Brightwing can get me something good next turn. Wow. Okay. Come on, Shadow Visions. What can you give me here? I'm going to take the Light Bomb. Because Dragonfire Potion, 5 damage, may not be good enough. Because he can combine his mechs together, put them out of the range of 5 damage. So Light Bomb just seems all the more sensible. But at 9 health here, slowly but surely stabilising. Of course he's at 30. And this is somewhat reminiscent of that earlier game against Secrets Mage. They were at 30, I was at 1. Kept trying to stabilise, didn't work out. But let's see here if we can continue to keep the board clear. This is the difference between going up against a Secrets Mage that plays lots of burn spells that can directly target your face, and going up against a more minion-centric aggressive opponent that really relies on board presence.
Well played.
But yes, nice to see him thinking here. Maybe I should have picked Entomb from Shadow Visions, thinking that he would buff up 1 minion. So, if I'm to survive here, we have to light bomb. And just to minimise the damage we take.
We are friends now. Hello, friend.
Alright, Sunkeeper Tarim. Sunkeeper Tarim. Could prove to be useful. Tarim himself as a taunt.
Surrender your
Oh boy. And that's Raza. In hindsight, maybe I should not have given him Raza. Maybe I should have traded the Raza in before doing the Psychic Scream.
I see a vision in
Alright, give me something good. Those aren't particularly great, unfortunately. I guess Shadow Madness has to be the pick. Not sure I can do anything with it on this particular turn. Alright, so to survive here
Ouchie time.
against Raza, we have to play Tarim. And we get some healing. Okay.
accidents. They happen, you know.
Okay, some more buffs. Do they play Leroy? I'm assuming that he plays Leroy in his deck. In which case, I think we'd just be dead.
Converting stored energy.
Oh my god. We dead? 2 health?
Well played.
Reporting for duty.
Reporting for duty.
Reporting for duty.
And another reporting for duty. Okay, we're not dead.
At last, a worthy disciple.
7 armor. We'll take it. Okay, this feels a little bit better now. We're at 11 health. Archbishop Benedictus feeling a little useless in our hand there.
Portals online.
And this is his last little push, I
Reporting
guess.
for duty.
Once upon
Okay,
a
can
time.
we get a taunt? Yes. So we get a taunt. Primordial Drake. And that should just be game over. Because,
The victory
yeah,
is yours.
he has to work hard to get through that taunt. And by that point, we're probably fine. Okay, next
Give
game.
me strength.
Also gets a Paladin. And assuming it's an aggressive opponent, I quite like the Wormrest Agent on turn 2, Kazakus on 4, also very, very strong, and Draconoid Operative helping to activate the taunt effect on the Wormrest Agent. So this is not a bad opening hand.
Powering up. Portals
And here we go. Mech Warper.
Are you mocking me?
Can't kill it. Which means that he's probably about to go wide on the board.
Converting stored energy.
Oh my god. This is pretty nuts. So turn 2. That's just crazy. So Zephyrus gives us a lightning bolt. It's actually not bad. Now we're overloaded. So we can't play Kazakus next turn. That's really unfortunate. And in fact, yeah, we have nothing to do on this turn.
Alakazam!
And I think it's fine to trade into that just to pop the shield. Now, this is an interesting strategy. He's putting everything behind this Mech Warper. So, Kazakus, what can you find for me? We do need the Mystic Wool spell here. And there it is, Mystic Wool. So, if he continues to buff the Paladin, then maybe we can get lucky.
Protocol 7
Don't play anything else. Okay, he plays the Micro Mummy. There are now 2 minions on board. We need to get lucky here. And we do. Okay.
Well
Our
played.
situation, though, is still rather desperate, so surely he can find some kind of lethal here with the magnetic effect.
Accidents. They happen, you know. All charged up.
No lethal?
Powering up. Portals
No
online.
lethal. Interesting. There we go. See, maybe I should have Reno'd on that turn. Maybe I should have Reno'd instead. Just in case it carried on and he found Leroy or something similar. Anyway, Canon Fordair's Reno Dragon Priest. Ladies and gentlemen, if you love dragons, this is a really, really fun deck to play. And I would highly recommend it. Yes, you can struggle against Secrets Mage if you don't draw Reno on time, but then that's why Secrets Mage is considered to be such a top tier deck in this meta. This deck right here is not what I'd call a top tier deck. It is more of a fun deck to play, and if piloted correctly can still be very, very effective. I would put Reno Lock still above this deck, but with cards like Archbishop Benedictus, Chromagus, this deck certainly has the fun factor going for it that other Reno decks don't necessarily have. So thank you very much for joining me, everyone. If you have any cool dragon decks that you're playing at the moment, please leave a deck code in the comments section below because I'd quite like to play those decks. If you have any cool decks that you have been theory crafting for the Descent of Dragons expansion, then tell me about what you're thinking in the comment section below, because I'd be interested to hear your thoughts on what cards you think are going to be top tier, what decks you think are going to be top tier, because I've not had the time to keep up with what's been going on with Descent of Dragons. I've not been keeping up with all of the cards that have been announced. I will spend some time looking at the cards in a few days. But if you guys have thoughts on maybe the top 3 cards of the expansion based on what's been announced so far, or the top 3 potential decks that could be coming our way, then I'd be interested to hear your thoughts. So thank you for joining me, everyone. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please subscribe, and I will see you all again very soon for more Wild Mode fun.